So, once again, going into the new week and the outlook, I'm going to start off with the giveaway that I'm hosting on my Twitter profile. You will find the giveaway. We're giving away with client funding 6 key accounts. It's a really good opportunity for you guys to get it going with trading and test your chances. About Klein, it's a really good program that I'm using. They have a lot of things, positive things to talk about, like trading on Bybit directly. They have one-step challenges, two-step challenges. Everything is customizable. You can customize your reward split. You can customize your max drawdown up to 14%, which is pretty huge. The payouts are on demand. I mean, there's nothing really to talk bad about this prop firm. And also, something really important is that on all steps, 3 steps, 2 steps, 1 steps, the drawdown type is static, right? Because on many firms, you will find the drawdown type to be like trailing, and it is pretty difficult to keep it going. But with a static drawdown, even on 1 steps or on instant pro, they have also the smart drawdown, which is something different than the trailing one. You will find more about it into the frequently asked questions. About the stability score, because Silent Snow is asking me, you just have, let's say you have a target to reach. They also have it here explaining it. Stability score. So let's say I make, for example, 10K in total. No trade has to be above 4.5K. It's a consistency score, exactly. They're testing the consistency because, they're like many people gambling and will make like 10K in one trade. They're trying to avoid that, which is good because trading is treated as it should and not as gambling. So 45% is still high. Yeah, I mean, it's like you make 50% of the total profits that you will make, right? So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's insane. So that's about Klein. Use also the code Mando, and you will get like 20% off on any purchase that you will make. I'm trading this account live on Twitter, but they got me. Here you will see the trades I'm taking. I posted them also into the Discord. So yeah. Now let's get right into the weekly outlook. Starting off with the news that we have this week. On Monday, nothing. On Tuesday, nothing. On Wednesday, we have POMC meeting minutes. Then we have on Thursday unemployment claims, PMI, and on Friday, a really important day, Powell speaks. So, heading into the chart, starting from higher time frame, let me get rid of all drawings. We have seen some sort of sweep of this high right here, which could totally end up as a distribution, right? This could be a distribution or lower. But if we look into the weekly close that is coming up, I mean, it surely is an SFP, right? A sweep. Going into lower time frame though, yeah, it's kind of ugly on weekly. Going into lower time frame, if we manage to get here, you can see that we are kind of forming a range, right? We have a small range. Basically, let me mark it out like this, with resistance sitting at 120K, 120, 121K, right? And support sitting below at 116. So this is the range that we're actually having, right? So any sort of slow grind or acceptance above 120K will eventually lead to a huge bump to the upside. Until then, and where to the upside, sorry. To the upside, I have a target right into 128K. And why 128K? Because if you draw a fib or an extension of it was this one's, an extension of this move it could be a pretty good target, along with a bit higher into 130, 32, 33, around 130k. It's a good target to take some profits, right? You don't know where it will top, but it's a good target to take some profits. So let me get rid of all of this until a breakout happens and acceptance happens. We are trading within the range, right? We're trading within the range, clean support resistance, acceptance below, of course, would lead to drop lower. Here we have some sort of equal lows that we are probably going to take out. Do you use standard deviation? Yeah, only for targets though, nothing more. So the hard time frame picture is looking like this. Slow grind above, we're going higher. Until then, we're chopping within the range. And acceptance below, we're going lower. If we go lower, we have some clean targets into 1.4k. Clean liquidity, this could be a pretty solid place to form a bottom, right? Pretty solid place to form a bottom. And if we, of course, flip this as well, we're going much lower, but we will update as we continue through the week and price action develops. So, getting rid of everything right here. Let's go now into our VWAPs. So, starting off, what's your limit target for this season? Well, I don't really know. You mean in terms of price? What's the price of BTC, right? No one knows. No one knows to answer you this question. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have seen people claiming that BTC will reach 175k, Ethereum will reach 12k. I'm seeing this like, okay, it could, but how are you saying this? This will be the target. Like, you don't know until some price action develops, right? So yeah, that's my take on having imaginary targets. Yeah, they use Fibonacci. Yeah, I know. But it's still an imaginary target. You don't know how price action will develop. So yeah, let's go right into our VWAPs. So, starting off with the yearly, sorry, on the daily chart, we're still trading above. Let me tell you that the top sweep, basically an internal sweep for a higher time frame play of 1.4k, 1.3k, and a bounce around here is aligning with our yearly VWAP because, as you know, when you're having a VWAP and we're into a parabolic move, you want Vayera high to hold. If Vayera high is holding, we're still trending and we're still trading above, right? So this for higher time frame. If it does accept inside, then I expect a full rotation towards these lows. But as I said, we need more price action development in order to lay out more ideas. Now, into the quarterly, nothing to say really. We're still trading within the developing quarterly value and acceptance above, similarly to the yearly, all above Vayera high, and we're extending. Let's go right into the monthly. Now, the monthly is the most interesting in my opinion because we are trading within the prior month value, right? So we have Vayera high sitting at 120k and Vayera low sitting at 112k. So and also of course previous month VWAP into 116. So this can be some pretty good levels to play around, with the first play being a short into failure of acceptance back below, sweep of these highs as well. I have already sent it into the Discord, this plan, for rotation lower towards previous month VWAP. This will be the first target for the short. If we bounce into the VWAP, then we're looking for longs towards previous modifier high. And if we don't bounce into the VWAP, for a full rotation towards the lows. Do you use any rejection for 4 hour right from here? You mean this gap right here? Yeah, it's basically this whole area is a point of interest. This one. For a shorter time frame play, like for a more intraday play, but you know, it's a Sunday, so I don't really prefer it. What would be the ideal play for me? A Sunday scam pump into these highs, take them out, come back below, boom, and drop lower by the weekly open. So yeah, this is the ideal scenario for me, and we're trading within previous month value. Of course, acceptance below, as I said earlier, would be a really good indication for longs as an acceptance above and an expansion higher. Now, let's go into the weekly. Now that we're done with the monthly. About the weekly, we are forming something pretty interesting, a new week value, a new prior week value, which is 121.5 to 118.5, let's say. So, another good play going into the week would be sweep, acceptance below previous week value. This is basically showing us also here we have previous week VWAP, right? We will have previous week VWAP. So we may tap this, and if we come back below previous week value low, this is actually showing us rejection of the prior value. And by having a rejection of prior value, what is following next? Expansion, right? Now, the bullish play would be if we come into the value right here, sweep, hold, value area low, sweep internally here as well, acceptance above, slow grind, or a full rotation towards previous week value high. This will be an ideal bullish scenario into lower time frame. By doing that, we finished with the VWAP as well. Now let's go into TPO. TPO has some anomalies that we are probably be feeling soon. First of all, being these poor lows right here that will act as a target for me once we come and if we come into the skies to accept below and target. Second of all, actually this is the first one that I'm looking at for a rejection here, this single prints. Second of all, these poor lows, and of course if you look at here, we have kind of formed a composite. So the composite would be merge, merge. Maybe this could be a pretty solid composite to play around as well. 119 to 117. So the composite would be this one, 119 to 117, which is again is actually showing you alignment with our previous plan, which is sweep of the skies, right, into acceptance below barrier high to target barrier low, for a potential play again for rotational play, right? This for lower time. Now, Silence is asking the what's for lows? Poor lows are, if you look at TPO, when you have two blocks forming into a low or a high, these are called poor lows. This is the tail, also poor highs. Two or more can be poor lows or poor highs. If you look into the chart, into your price action chart, you can clearly see also here some equal lows, right? So it's almost the same thing, equal lows, equal highs. So yeah, Now, in terms of price action and some levels that I'm looking at, and if we combine everything together, let me bring up the levels. Also something that I forgot to mention is the 4-week, which will be soon a 5-week composite. Let it load up a bit. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of overlapping value. So let me merge this all together. And we are forming a pretty good composite, 120 to 116.369. So let me 120 023. Yeah, this is basically the same level with our previous month value high. So let me get rid of this and put it right into 5-week value high and 116.3 something, 369, right? 69, 5-week value low. So as you can see, we have a solid value to play around. Shorts into 120k, target 116, longs into 116 to target 120k. This is some really solid plays. I'm expecting to have quite a lot of trades this week because being rotational will lead to more trades from highs to lows from highs to lows. And of course, if we want us to expand into either side, we're going with it. Expansion below will lead to a move towards the lows. Let me get rid of previous week higher low. And of course, expansion above will lead to a full fill of this gap for potential rejection here in the short term, with the possibility of bouncing again from prior month higher high and actually expanding higher. There's also a flat candle around 1620 to 200. Wait, let me see. Flat daily candle. I'm seeing a flat candle into 117.6 on daily or 4 hour. Yeah, on a really flat candle. I've noticed it into, where was it? Oh, it wasn't that flat. Yeah, I thought this was totally flat, but it wasn't. Let me also do a quick outlook on Ethereum. Yeah, there will always be flat candles, but you know, you mean this one, right? 116.2. Yeah, basically here as well you have some solid lows to take out, right? Solid lows at 116, basically 116, 115 point something. Take out these lows, set above 5-week value low, and we're playing the rotation. Let me go into Ethereum. Ethereum, we have some clean lows to target. Of course, it's in a parabolic environment. Let me open up my VWAPs. On the quarterly, I don't have something to mention. The most important thing will be the weekly, I suppose, because we're forming a value finally. So, clean levels to play around. Sweep of sorry, where is it? Sweep of 4.7, let's say 4.7 into reclaim below previous week value high will be a good rotational play towards the lows. Clean poor lows, equal lows to take out into 4.360. Sweep this, and we're staying rotational within previous week value. Any acceptance above, anything we're going higher. first of all, to tag this, the all-time high, apparently, isn't it? No, it's not. All-time highs at 4.9, let's say around there. I think we are ready to take them out if we manage to accept above 4.7. 4.7 is lower and above, and we're tagging 4.9. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for joining. I'll have to run now, so hope you enjoyed it, and I'll upload ASAP, and see you into the Alpha Workshop on Thursday. So have a good weekend, everyone. Have a good Sunday, and cheers.